time to let the EU go. They come in the same category as America. They have done nothing for us.
Right.
Whatever we got out of the situation with the EU was that the poor people were subsidizing the rich by paying our membership fees so that the businesses could trade. And that was...
Well, everyone benefits from trade, don't they, Dave?
No, we don't.
Well, they do. If the economy gets bigger, that does benefit everybody in one form or another.
The poor people don't benefit from
Well, if the economy is bigger and businesses are trading more, that generates more tax revenue, which the government can then spend on social services and the health service and education. So everyone does benefit from that.
It never did.
Well,
I mean, the thing is, we left because with the bonus, the benefit bonus for EU citizens got too big, and there was no help from them. America...
Most EU citizens were not claiming benefits. They were working in the UK and contributing tax.
We paid for everything we had from the Second World War onwards.
Yeah, and we paid them back.
So I'm not worried about not having a trade deal with them. They're shysters. Then
what, our biggest ally? The country that's helping keep Europe safe, fighting Russia.
Well, why do we have to fight Russia?
Well, because they're invading a sovereign democracy. They're invading a sovereign democracy with 40 million people who want to stay free.
Well...
Not our problem, Dave. Not our problem. Shrug our shoulders. Forget them.
Let's put it this way. Our wealth came from the Pacific, from China, Asia...
What?
And... Yeah,
Britain's wealth came from the Pacific.
Prior to the EU,
what, rather than the Atlantic?
From Asia and Africa, and we're going to need to get back there. The thing
what we're going to do?
If we build up trade with the Pacific, right. I hate to say that,
thousands and thousands of miles away.
Our arms off to get us back in.
Thousands and thousands of miles away. Countries in the Pacific, as opposed to I don't know. Check my notes. France, which is like 20 miles away.
You are frightened, easily frightened by
facts.
Things. The thing is, we need to expand and get back into the world, and not in a...
We never left the world. What does that mean? We never left the world. We were always in the world. We're all in the world.
We were always tied because of the EU. They held us back.
The EU, we negotiated trade deals with the EU, and then... Well, hang on a minute. Most of the trade deals that we now have are rollover deals negotiated by, checks notes, the EU, when we were in the EU. So how are they holding us back?
Because the deals weren't good enough.
Well, they don't have an American trade deal. They don't have a US trade deal. And guess what? Outside of the EU, neither do we.
We need to trade with separate sovereign partners. We need our sovereignty.
We've got it. We've got our sovereignty, and what we're doing with it? Yes, we have. But I tell you what, Dave. Tell.
We can't control our borders.
Well, we can. They're just choosing not to. We can.
Because freedom of movement means they'll shove everybody towards us.
But we haven't got freedom of movement at the moment.
No, I know the EU have though.
Yeah, they have, but we just had 600,000.
They have flotsam and jetsam at us.
We just had, well, that's not a very pleasant way of talking about people, but we had 600,000 people just arrive in the UK. The UK government has allowed that to happen. We have control, we have sovereignty, and we're exercising it in that way. I thought Take Back Control was about sovereignty.
We're not exercising it, are we? Because
we are.
The Remain legacy.
No.
Trying to get back into something that was no good to us in the first place.
Sovereignty. I have freedom. I have sovereignty to walk out of that door, stop talking to you, and walk out of that door right now. Just because I choose not to exercise it doesn't mean I don't have sovereignty.
You try walking out that door when... No, never mind. That's a childish argument.
Well, no, it's not a childish argument, Dave.
Let's grow up and talk about reality.
No, but it is. I'm just saying that just because you choose not to exercise a freedom doesn't mean you don't have that freedom.
We don't have sovereignty. We can't stop people coming in.
No, but we can, but with the British government, because we need people to work in all sorts of different industries, is choosing not to exercise. That doesn't mean we're not sovereign. We were sovereign before. We were sovereign inside the EU, as leaving the EU proved.
Because how many boat people coming in every day? No, that destroys our sovereignty.
Well, that's a different thing. That is illegal immigration. But that's illegal immigration.
At the mercy of the EU.
But that's nothing to do with the EU. That is individual people.
That's where they're coming from.
Yeah, but just because they're coming from the EU doesn't mean that's the EU's fault. The point is, those people want to come. Those people want to come. Well, wouldn't it be better if we had a better relationship with the EU to sort it out?
And they've done nothing.
Yeah, but
that's how much trust we can put in the EU.
I don't know how you've noticed, Dave, but our relations with the EU have not been brilliant. Partly because we chose to leave the EU.
I mean, that's our prerogative.
Indeed, we're sovereign. Exactly, when we were always sovereign.
But the thing is, I'm not prepared to go back into a thing where the poor people are subsidising big business.
All right, fair enough, Dave.